Now, if I say there is. All right, well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining our quarterly meeting. Today is March 6th. And so, again, we have standing room only, so thank you so much for everyone coming in today and watching the meeting. I don't believe we're going to have a very long meeting today.
Doesn't look like it.
No, but some important things to share with everyone out in the organization. First, we want to remind everyone that our in-service day is coming up sooner than later. It's scheduled for Wednesday, April 17th, and I want to triple check that date to make sure, because I've made a mistake in the past associated with that. Yes, indeed, it is Wednesday, April 17th, and we are going to be starting the program up at the Sheridan. Are we Sheridan again? Or Ramada?
It's Ramada.
Ramada, up at the Ramada again, and we're going to start right at 12:30. And so that is a little earlier than we did last year. So 12:30 is going to be the start time. And the reason for that is we have some very, very special guests who are going to be joining us at 12:30 because we are going to be awarding a bike, a stroller, and possibly some communication devices through Variety Charity. And so thanks again to everyone who has participated in the Variety Dress Down Days. Your efforts is going to contribute to kids in Westmoreland County, at least one kid getting a bike, a stroller, and a communication device. So it's going to be a really exciting day, and we're going to kick off the day with that from the very, very beginning. So it's really important that we're all there and ready to go at 12:30 with that. Again, with Variety Charity Dress Down Days, it's never too late to sign up for it. And so, again, we appreciate all who have participated in that. Also, in regards to the in-service day, we also will be recognizing ways in which we've met the 3 goals of the organization, as well as sharing many, many different celebrations. And so we can't celebrate unless you share what those celebrations are. So continue to use those 2 email addresses that I send out periodically and make sure that we have it. If somebody's had a baby, someone has gotten married, or whatever special milestone, don't hesitate to share that with me via those 2 email addresses so we can then celebrate it as a whole organization. Want to thank everyone that has been involved with the comprehensive planning process. We have about 50 people engaged in the process, and that includes employees as well as members from our school districts who are participating. And so the comprehensive planning team in all will have donated 5 evenings of their time, and a lot of think time and a lot of work goes involved with doing the comprehensive planning, and it really serves as a roadmap for us as an organization over the next 3 years. So again, thanks to all of those who have participated. The timeline for completion, we will be presenting to the board our work in April, and then the board, after a 30-day review period, will then vote upon that comprehensive plan during its May meeting, which then again sets the course for us over the next 3 years. So again, thanks everyone for participating and giving up of their time for that. Another item I want to share with everyone is the board did pass our general operating budget. That general operating budget is one of many budgets that we have in the organization. In total, we have approximately a $40 million operation for the organization, 6 of which is considered the general operating budget. And it's the general operating budget that then is passed by our board, then must be passed by a majority of school district boards within the county. And we're very happy to share that our budget has increased. However, the shortfall in which districts have to pay has gone down in half. So 4 years ago, the shortfall was about $509,000, which meant that the districts had to pick that up in a proportionate way. very happy to share that going into next year, that shortfall is now only $140,000, which is directly half of what it was last year. And really that is credit to everyone within the organization looking for us to be more efficient in the processes that we utilize and the services that we offer. And the districts are very, very happy with the reduction in cost towards the intermediate unit. So wanted to share that good news with everybody because that continues to build confidence of the intermediate unit by the school districts the more we continue to decrease what they have to pay into the system. Last but not least, I have another joyous announcement to make, and that is the board in February passed an amendment to the classroom assistant contract, and that addendum to the classroom assistant contract, we were able to negotiate with the classroom assistant union, and this negotiation and addendum allows the intermediate unit now to rehire new personal care assistants onto the team. We're anticipating approximately 35 positions being added to the intermediate unit for the purposes of serving Clairview and early intervention. And it was a true collaboration between the board, the administration, as well as the leadership of the classroom assistants that made this happen. So if you are aware of people looking for these types of jobs, which are very special people to do, when the posting goes out, we encourage you to share that posting because we want the very, very best when it comes to any employee that joins the organization. We may add to that total of personal care assistants as an IU employees because we are currently in negotiations with 2 different districts that may also come with the IU for us to provide personal care assistance. And so nothing is in stone, nothing has been signed off on, but we're in current negotiations with other districts considering purchasing that service from us. So again, it's a credit to building the team, becoming united, and we thank all of you for the hard work that has made that happen. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to Tim. He's going to talk a little bit about curriculum services and what everybody should be aware of what's going on. Tim.
Okay, thanks. First off, I wanted to mention that we have a new team member in our Curriculum Services Division, Joe DeLucente, who joined us several weeks ago. Joe is our additional curriculum coordinator, and he has been, since arriving, he has been focused on supporting our STEM initiatives and connecting with our districts in that realm. I have to say he has been very busy and has been out on tour. To this point, I think he's already been to 13 or 14 of our 17 school districts to actually go into classrooms to see what's happening with STEM in our schools. And this is all being done in an effort to build a STEM collaborative among our school districts. STEM is happening all over our county, but one thing that we realize is that it's kind of happening in a very siloed environment, and there's not a lot of opportunity for our schools to collaborate on best practices and even to just share ideas on how they're approaching STEM in their districts. So one of the things that I asked Joe to do when he came on board was to begin making those connections and building that network, and he's been out there on a daily basis making those connections for us. So that work is ongoing. Related to that, we, as an IU and as a partner, applied for actually 4 different PA SMART grants, which were made available through the Department of Ed. And we were successful in 2 of the 4 projects that we were associated with. One of those projects was a grant that was submitted by the Pittsburgh Penguins Foundation. That particular grant will bring to our IU a STEM lending library, which basically means that we will have a selection of classroom tools, things like robotics, various computer science components that we'll be able to have on site here, and they will be lendable to our districts. In other words, a district that wants to utilize, let's say, a robotics kit can actually borrow it from us and use it for a period of time in return. There are some programs out there in other IUs that have already started to do this, so we're excited to be joining that effort. We don't have a start date yet, but we're hoping that fall of this coming school year will be when that lab will open up and be available for usage. So we're excited about that. The second grant that we were partnered with was in a partnership with Allegheny IU, and this is a program that will bring a product called Storytime STEM Packs to our school districts. It's actually our school districts and the Westmoreland County Public Libraries involved in this as well. So the product itself is a product that joins STEM concepts with literature components, and it's targeted to earlier elementary grade levels. And it's really an exciting product and something that I think our schools will really enjoy having access to. The grant will actually give each of the participating teachers a full set of kits and some other exciting components that I think they'll be very happy to see come into their classrooms. So that actually is already underway. We've begun signing up our participants, and actually the project kicks off tomorrow officially. So those are some really exciting things that are going on there. Shifting to E-Academy, we had a very important milestone happen just a couple of weeks back. We crossed the 1,000 student mark for this year. We have never been this far. In fact, I think our maximum student enrollment in a school year has been around 800 and wow, something like that. 820, I think, was our maximum.
Crushing it.
So yeah, we have really, and we're not done yet. So the number continues to climb. I know we're well over 1,000 at this point. So that's really exciting news. We've enrolled to this point over 4,300 courses in this year. So it's truly been an exciting year for E-Academy and a lot of growth. So the team continues to work. I also have to credit the technology staff here in the support that they've been given the program. It's been tremendous work on their end because we've got a lot of new things in our systems that they've had to support, and they've done a great job doing it. So thanks to all those folks. Sue Soltis has been working on a project in collaboration with IU1 to work on offering adult ed within the county. And this has been a pretty heavy lift. She's had to go out and really recruit locations for this to happen. And one of the unique problems there is that it's a unique demographic that this addresses. So finding locations that are accessible and are easily put into use, it's a bit of a challenge. And we've been very fortunate to collaborate with Westmoreland County Library Association. And I believe as of today there are 7 locations across the county that have access to a space. So the program is definitely going in the right direction. So excited to see where that goes moving forward. Sue's done a great job of pulling those things together. I also want to mention another new addition here. She's actually in addition to the student services side of things, but once again we cross over and we work together on projects from time to time. Step Up Westmoreland is one of those. Kira Matichak is a new psychologist here at the IU, and part of her assignment is working directly with the Step Up Westmoreland project. So there has been a really great addition to our work there. We've been working really hard at our youth mental health first aid component. Marissa Rega has been out there doing workshops left and right, and Our goal is to train 400 people this year, before the end of the school year, in youth mental health first aid, and I think we're about halfway there at this point. So things are moving, and again, it's a heavy lift to get it all done, but with the cooperation of the Westmoreland County Behavioral Health Development Services Office and the funds that they've provided, we've been able to offer that training for free. So it's a very exciting addition for us. We've also been working on, Cindy Schaefer's been working on our targeted support school improvement for our schools. We have 4 identified schools in our county that have this designation, which means that as an IU, we have to support them in their plans moving forward in school improvement. And Cindy has been working with a team of our staff within the division and some others outside, some of the tax staff that have joined her in that effort. And I know that team has been doing a great job of going out and working, first of all, reaching out to those districts and making sure they understand the assistance that's there, and encouraging them to take advantage of what we are offering them as far as support services go. And we do have all 4 of those schools connected with us now, and are helping to lead them in the right direction as they make their plans moving forward. The last thing I wanted to mention, we have a project that we have been doing in collaboration with the Westmoreland, or the Workforce Investment Board, Fayette, Westmoreland, and the Forum for Workforce Development. And it's a teacher in the workplace program. It's a 5-day program. We did day 1 back in February. 50 teachers from 10 different school districts have been part of the program and are going to be visiting, touring healthcare and manufacturing facilities across the county. The goal is to have them experience firsthand what businesses are experiencing and how to relate businesses and the practices within to career, and how to relate those careers to the areas in which they teach. So day 2, they're actually going on a tour of multiple facilities. Day 3, they'll be doing an individual all-day job shadowing of a specific career. Day 4 is actually a day at our CTCs, where they will be working with CTC teachers who are very adept at relating career to classroom content. And then day 5 is a day to basically work to develop and implement a strategy for supporting this approach in their classrooms. And we're excited that we're doing this work. It's very important work for us right now in getting the career readiness component of our work out there, and getting teachers to think more about what it means to teach in that way. So it's a great program. It's a great collaboration as well. The Westmoreland, the WIB Workforce Investment Board is the funder of the project. They received a grant to do that, and we have already worked and submitted a grant for next year to continue the project and keep the work going. So that's a lot of stuff happening, but
good stuff. All good stuff.
All good stuff, and a great big thank you to my team within Curriculum Services and everybody else who collaborates with us and works with us here. That's what makes it all possible. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Tim. Now, Eric, Lynn, and Matt were unable to make it today, and so we covered some of the things they probably already would have talked about. A couple of follow-up things that I want to mention. Teacher contract distribution should be occurring in the next week. Both sides have officially signed off on the contract, and it's right now in print and will be distributed in the very near future. So it is already uploaded to the employee portal if you would like to access it, as well as the email. I believe I attached it to the email. Wanted to share, we just got finished with a visit from state representative as well as part owner of the Penguins, Bob Brooks, who represents the Murraysville-Franklin regional area. Had a wonderful visit with him. We taught him all about the intermediate unit, the bigger picture in terms of the statewide, as well as then locally. We took him on a visit to the Clairview School, which he enjoyed greatly, as well as toured the new Fred Rogers' room as well as center ice. And so he was very complimentary of everything that we shared, and I believe we are going to have an ally in the state legislature General Assembly with Mr. Brooks. So wanted to share that. Also, I forgot to mention this, and this is important. We started a new initiative in the fall where administrative team members, and there's 15 of us, are assigned then to a school district, and that member then attends at least one board meeting each month. And what the administrative team member does is then attends the meeting and then creates a report of things that were happening during the meeting, but most importantly, what can we do as an IU to further assist the district, listening to what their board members are saying, the resolutions that they're passing, the discussions, and it really has paid great dividends because it's continuing to build those relationships with the districts. And so our administrative team members, again, thank you very much for spending that evening away from your families. And please know it is having a huge impact because now districts are beginning to respect the fact that we're there and beginning to look at us a little differently and beginning to look to us more for solutions. And that's what it's all about. We're a source of solution. We're a source of collaboration among the county. Well, I'll open it up for questions from the standing room only room here, as well as I will check my email to see if anyone did send me a question. Not seeing any via email. Do we have any questions from this packed auditorium of people? No? All right, well, hearing none, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. We hope you found this very informative. We look forward to seeing everyone on Wednesday, April 17th at a 12:30 sharp start at the Ramada. Thanks again to our technical staff, Gavin Dunlap, who's the executive producer of every single quarterly meeting. All right, you stay classy, Westmoreland Intermediate Unit. Take care. That's a wrap, Gavin. Now we're going to